देख लो भाई।
नहीं आप देखो।
नहीं करा दिया भाई। नहीं
अच्छा क्या बोलो, गलत बोला तो बोलो, गलत बोला तो मुंह पे बोलो।
I request you to see if you can pay respect by standing and welcome her. So it should be in a manner you see it. Thank you.
I'm surprised.
On the red one.
भजन नीचे कर सॉरी अदरवाइज मीडिया समझेगा कि आप छुपा रहे हैं।
आपने तो बड़ा अच्छा कूल किया।
अच्छा ये चल जाना था वायरल हो जाना था। ये कौन है पीछे, कौन है प्लेट के
काफी पर्दे के पीछे क्या हो रहा है
यार मैं कह रहा हूँ
क्या ठीक हो? खैरियत से?
सब राजा साहब को कवर करते हैं हम राजा।
सलाम वालेकुम, क्या हाल है? खैरियत आप खैरियत
करम
Break not after you have अच्छा
This person has 39 convictions for violence, and yet the judge did not see it. So the officers get
Why would the judges not do that? Well, prisons are overcrowded. No, is it because prisons are full?
goodness. I think it's to do with how serious the judge did not see it as a serious matter to push an off-duty police officer who was intervening as a police officer without any equipment, no safety equipment, as he was on his way to work, didn't see that as serious. It's crazy. And so you can't play on my young officers are just thinking.
But actually, you're all the, I mean, you know, same thing will happen to all the people who are providing the services.
सर इसका तो लाइव का ऑप्शन ही है।
नॉर्मल पेज खोलो ना, डायरेक्ट पेज
लाइव कैसे हैं आप? ठीक ठाक हैं?
इस टेबल के ऊपर प्लीज़ सबको कह दें कि ना फ़ोटोज़ एंड फिल्मिंग, नो फिल्मिंग प्लीज़, क्योंकि बच्चियाँ बैठी हुई हैं वहाँ पे। तो
वो हैरो मॉस्क के ऊपर नहीं हो सकता है क्योंकि पेज का लॉगिन चाहिए, मैडम नहीं।
अच्छा,
तो वैसे उनकी उस पर हो सकता है, तो वैसे कर दो
उनके कॉन्टेक्ट।
When we get the new library open in town centre by Harrow station, then Gator will transfer it to there. So we're at the two libraries in the town centre. But yeah, but Gator will be
David out. David's not putting it in town.
Would you be kind enough to? I think so. I don't think I get on photos. Not as different as you might think. Selfie. I did like it.
Well, I think you might have a lot in common. Yeah, that's what we was talking to the kids.
No, that's not what I wanted. I was just going to take all of us.
वो ऑन करता वो बना लेना लोग भाई ने देखेगा
मेरे को सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन
जगीर भाई मेरा वेलकम करेंगे.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mayor of Harrow is walking in, so I request you all to stand in order to pay respect.
Stand up.
Hello, welcome.
Nice to see you.
That's okay, I'm managing. Yes.
Could I request all the respected guests to be seated so we can start the program? As normal, so I'm going to invite our respected Professor Hafiz Muhammad Akram Sahib. He is the head of Imam and he is the Imam mean priest. So I'd like to invite him to recite few surah of Quran and then translate them.
Assalamu alaikum. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. وأوفوا بعهد الله إذا عاهدتم ولا تنقضوا الأيمان بعد توكيدها وقد جعلتم الله عليكم كفيلا إن الله يعلم ما تفعلون. I seek Allah's protection from Satan, the rejected one. I commence with the name of God, the most merciful and the most beneficent. Allah commands justice, the doing of good, and giving to kith and kin, and He forbids all indecent deeds and evil and rebellion. He instructs you that you may receive admonition. Fulfill the covenant of Allah when you have entered into it, and break not your oaths. And break not your oaths after you have confirmed them. Indeed, you have made God your surety, for Allah knows all that you do. Sadaqallahul Azim.
Jazakumullah khair. That was our priest, the head imam of Harrow Central Mosque, who has been serving the mosque in the community for decades, since the old masjid. Now I'd like to invite one of our trustee, Brother Nawaz Shelby, who would do a naat, which is another recitation of Quran.
I'd like to recite praise of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Shah-e duniya din, Sayyidul Mursalin, Shah-e duniya din, Sayyidul Mursalin, आप सारे हसीनों से बढ़कर हसीन ए हबीबे खुदा, ए शहे अंबिया तुझ सा तेरे सिवा और कोई नहीं. सुबहान अल्लाह माया अजमल का, माया हसन का, माया कमल का. किथे मेरे अली किथे तेरी सना, गुस्ताखिया की किथे जायड़ियां तुझ सा तेरे सिवा और कोई नहीं. मेरे सरकार की हर राजा फिजा, मेरे सरकार की हर हर रदा दिल रुबा मेरे सरकार का हर सुखन दिल नशीं ए हबीबे खुदा ए शहे अंबिया तुझ सा तेरे सिवा और कोई नहीं.
Jazakumullah khair. As Brother Nawaz said, that was all the praises to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all. As you know, this lunch has been kept for the farewell of Simon Owen, the Borough Commander and Chief Superintendent of Police. It is an honor to have him here, and I'm very thankful to all of you that you made an effort with a very short time invitation, and you managed to make it, especially when the Chief Executive of Harrow Council, Tom Whitney, who has to go somewhere 3 o'clock. Gareth Thomas will also be joining us soon. He has to attend another event. I did send the invitation to the entire Harrow Council, the councillors, the MPs. All of them have tried their best to accommodate themselves, but there has been a lot of emails. If I start reading them, we'll be here for the whole evening. All those emails contains the praises of Simon Owen, the service he has provided to the entire community, the hard work he has put for Harrow community. I think in my 44 years of lifetime, I have not seen such a nice person in a police force, especially towards the Muslim community. There have been so many events. Without us getting in touch with Simon, he was here in the mosque, assuring the community the protection and his support always with us. He has always said, "This is my house, this is our mosque, we are all one together." If it wasn't for him, I can assure you there would have been a lot of destruction, especially in Harrow, between the Muslim community during the mosque fire. He assured people, he assured the unity, and I think his words and his speech mean a lot to us, and it did help for the community to unite, and it did help the community to see that whenever we needed him, he was always here. It is rather sad that the government, instead of employing more police officers, increasing police, especially going through this, they are reducing the police officers. I don't know whether the new Borough Commander, who is going to manage the 3 boroughs together, would be able to provide us the services to help and support as Simon was doing. Simon was just like a person who belonged to Harrow Central Mosque. We could rely on him, and he was here always with us. Simon, there has been a lot of email, like I said, from the councillors, some of the other MPs, and some of the other staffs who have sent their gratitude. They sent lovely wordings, lovely prayers, admiring you. And like I said, if I start reading all those emails, will be here online. So once again, on behalf of Harrow Central Mosque, on behalf of the Muslim community, and on behalf of the entire Harrow community, we want to thank you for all the service, support, and hard work you have provided for Harrow Central Mosque. And please make sure you remain as a part of it, no matter what part of the country you are, that you are able to attend all our functions, you are able to give us the support which we have always given. Thank you very much. I'd like to invite our Amir to say a few words. Please.
Just take it to
Wireless? No, it says wireless.
She's coming now. Just to say, Madam Mayor is not well at the moment, and she has been in hospital for days last week. So this is why she's not really well, but she's still here. Particularly for Simon.
Thank you very much for inviting me to Harrow Mosque today to honour Simon Evans and to thank him for his tremendous contribution to the London Borough of Harrow. Over the past 5 years, Simon has made a huge difference to people's lives in Harrow, raising Harrow to the safest borough in London, where crime has steadily dropped, has meant we all feel safer walking out and about. I know I do. The reason that we're all gathered here at Harrow Mosque, who are kindly hosting this special lunch for Simon, is that our Muslim community are saluting you. Your service to all communities, particularly your support and engagement with the Muslim community of Harrow, is immeasurable. Your service and unparalleled dedication to community cohesion in our borough, which is the envy of other local authorities, is in no small part due to your commitment and hard work at grassroots level with all our communities that make up Harrow. We have all seen Simon out and about in the community, in the newspaper, social media. He is very much a borough commander for our people. Simon will be greatly missed as our borough commander, but I am delighted that Simon is continuing his link with Harrow in his role as Her Majesty's the Queen's Representative Deputy Lieutenant. We will have the pleasure of seeing you at Harrow's huge Remembrance Parade, as well as other civic events throughout the borough. Simon, we wish you every success for the future. You are extremely popular with your own staff and equally popular with us. That's why we're all thankful that this isn't a final farewell. Congratulations and well done.
Thank you so much, respected Mayor. Even though you haven't been well, you recently went through a surgery and you still made an effort to come and attend the lunch. Now I'd like to invite Tom, who is the Chief Executive of Harrow Council. He also made an effort, especially to come and say a few farewell words to Simon Evans.
Thank you, and it could be equally hard to know where to start. If I represent a huge number of officers at Harrow Council and members who are here, who have worked with Simon the whole time that he's been in the borough. I've been in Harrow for 13 years, and the partnership, the strength of the relationship between the council and the police has always been a strong point. In the period that Simon has been here as our borough commander, it has simply gone and built on from that strength and gone from strength to further strength. That partnership has always been outstanding. We have always worked well together. We have always had an extremely strong relationship, and some of that comes from the way that people, not just the jobs that they do, but the way that they work together at a personal level and the approach that they bring to the job when they come to work. And I think that's what has made the last 4 years, particularly working with Simon, for officers and members of the council, such a special period. You've also, we should talk briefly about the fact that Harrow is the safest borough in London, and that has been an achievement that has happened in the last few years under your leadership, Simon. And that's about good policing. But I could also talk about the relationships that you have built, not just with us, but with everybody in the community. And I think that's why we are here today. It's, again, an example of not just what you do, but the way that you've gone about the role and the way that you have built relationships out with the community to make yourself visible and to make yourself available to the people and to the community leaders in Harrow. And I think that's why we are all here, and I think it's why you've become, I'd say, such a popular and hugely respected local figure in the borough. So I think there's a thank you from those that I can speak on behalf of. And as Madam Mayor has just said, Harrow isn't entirely losing you. You will be the Queen's representative for Harrow. I let Simon know. I said, how long are you appointed for? He said, well, until I'm 70. And I'm currently 51. So it's reviewed at 10 years, but Simon is around for the next 19 years, or has been appointed for the next 19 years. So we're going to see you for a very long time to come, which I think we're grateful for, and I think is a huge asset to Harrow. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Tom, once again. Thank you for making an effort. And I'd like to now invite the Deputy Mayor to come and say a few words.
Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. Jai Shri Krishna. Salam. Sat Sri. As Harrow is a multicultural place, I thought I'd wish all of you in the best of their ability how I greet. Because I'm a born Muslim, I'll first call, because this is a prayer of Muslim community. Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah. Madam Mayor, it's an honor to have you today to say farewell to our fantastic Borough Commander, Simon Evans. But Harrow is privileged to have you as our Deputy Lieutenant Commander into the borough. So we are again lucky to gain you. Distinguished guests, the councillors who are here today, Brother Gazamfa, because he's a Muslim, I call him brother, so I have to, because end of the day, as a Muslim, we don't carry our dignity. Like, if I'm the Deputy Mayor, we don't praise on that. We think it's an honorship to serve the community. And I too agree, Brother Gazanfa will agree with me, that is in the Islam way of thinking. Madam Mayor, you can see, Simon, we as councillors like Marilyn Ashton, Kate Ferry, I can see Veena Mitani, Rimesh, all these councillors are here, and of none other than Sue Anderson, who is the Community and Culture Portfolio, is also here, and all the brothers who are here to say thank you for your service you have done for the Muslim community. Thank you. And I want to tell you a little story. I don't think nobody knows, and I know Simon knows about it. My daughter and me, we went privately meet Simon Evans for certain things. And the way Simon treated my daughter, she was in tears when she heard that Simon is leaving the borough. So today I can go back and tell her that you're not leaving us, you're going to be with us. Thank you once again. I don't want to take this place to talk much about. Simon has served us. Simon has saved our community. Simon has stood up for the Muslim community, and also interfaith. He took the platform to speak for all of us as one community. Thank you, Simon. Thank you for your service for Harrow.
Thank you very much, Karima. I think she mentioned two names, Sue Anderson and Keith, who has been giving us providing the services for Harrow Mosque the last Friday of each month, which we are very grateful to them. Now I'd like to invite Brother Gazamfar Ali. Gazamfar Ali is also a councillor, but he is a very active member of this Harrow Muslim community. He is the one who has helped us to put this lunch together. He is always the first point of contact with any issues, with anything we have. He has been a great and strongest pillar of Harrow Central Mosque. So I'd like to invite Gazamfar Ali to come and say a few words.
Madam Mayor, my fellow councillors, Simon Owens, and all respected guests, everybody has admired services and support given to Muslim community by Simon. First of all, I would like to thank you, Jahangir Saab, and the chairman, Mr. Nasser Bashir. It was not me. I think you arranged yourself. I only just got involved in there. That helped you to send the emails to all the councillors in Harrow. And we are lucky that we have got quite a few councillors here. Others couldn't come because of this working day. Some of them are at work and some are at meetings. So there's a lot of apologies from directly to me. Gareth will be joining us later on. Now, how I got involved with Simon, I mean, you have been working with the police over the last 15 years as an independent advisor to the police and also going to the Minister Forum in Scotland Yard. This is the way I think I built my relations with the police and the community. That this is how you can bring the communities and the police together, because some phobia and business between the Muslim community and the police. So this is the role I thought I could play. I was completely independent. Whenever Simon needed my advice, early in the morning he would phone me, there's a small incident in Harrow, what we should do? So we used to discuss everything. And my advice was always, without any pressure, independent, what I think we should advise to our community as Muslims. And the same, when I go there, the same in London Muslim Forum, when I go there, if there's any problem, any issues, we advise police officers that how Islam works, what we are, and how they should tackle if there's a small minority who's taking some problems. I much appreciate Simon. Last month of Ramadan, if you guys still remember, there was two incidents in London, as on the London Bridge, and before that, Westminster Bridge. And Simon, believe me, during travel prayers, 11 o'clock from midnight, he came from England to speak to the congregation, but show them that the police is working, that the police is responsible for working, their protection. Simon, we miss you, but you're still around as congratulations on you being appointed as Harrow Justice Representative. They say Deputy Lieutenant, but I actually Deputy Lord Lieutenant. I don't know whether I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, so this is the fact. Deputy Lord Lieutenant. Don't just search I think you should call it Deputy Lord Lieutenant. You're going to be there as concept for the next so many years. And that will really give us a lot of satisfaction. And the community is going to miss you, but now, because you're going to be around as well, so we'll be inviting you just to speak as a member of the Harrow community. Another thing, because everybody, when I spoke to them, they were very sad. I mean, you became a kind of a member of a family. Harrow Mosque family, Harrow community family. But God willing, inshallah. So we pray for you there. And best wishes for your next assignment. Good luck. And inshallah, we'll be inviting you here in future in your next role. And all the best. Thank you very much for all your support for the Muslim community, the Harrow community, for everything. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sahab. You've always been there for us. We are coming nearly to the end of our request. I know some of you have to go, but please do have lunch. There is a lunch, hopefully we'll be very close to the end. Now I'd like to invite our respected interim chairman, Chaudhry Sadiq. Chaudhry Sadiq Sahab was the chairman, or he's the chairman of Brent Mosque. He is the person who, when the mosque was going through the difficult time, he played a very important role bringing the community together, clearing the differences and go everybody united, which is a very nice thing to do. So I'd like to invite respected our interim and current chairman of Brent Mosque, Chaudhry Sadiq.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. Firstly, I'd like to thanks to the trustees and the committees who invite me today. I welcome to Madam Mayor and Borrough Commander, One. I know him because I've been working here last about 1.5 years. I came here to try to solve the difference of the community. When I met Borrough Commander, believe me, my half job is done. How he helped me, how we worked together, how he united the community, I'm very, very proud about him. We do actually going to miss you too much, but I'm sure you are with us in our heart. And we'd like to actually ask Mr. Chairman Wazi Sahab, will actually any function we can do here, we would like to invite you, and you will become, please do come in. Thank you very much for all of you.
I'd like to invite now Brother Riaz. Brother Riaz is from Islam Center. Very soon, inshallah, you will see another big icon in Harrow, London Borough of Harrow. Islam Center is a community center, which is a community center for everybody. So I'd like to invite Brother Riaz on behalf of Islam Center.
What you see here is a groundbreaking effort, and it's nearly at culmination now, because you're pretty new in terms of 5 years, because this mosque has been here like as if I don't remember that the council across the road being as important as it is now, because this is now the fulcrum of Harrow. Simon, you will be greatly missed. I've known you in my professional capacity as well. In that you're the stepping stone, the next level in cooperation between a community. I say community, not a mosque anymore, because the mosque is part of a community, and we don't treat it separately. Every single person is welcome to walk into this mosque. It's not like for particular people. And now, you go one step forward and you go ahead, what's in the future for a mosque? It's where a community can come together to play sports, to have to sit down in a cafeteria, which is open to all. So you're literally walking off the street and you're sitting there having your lunch. Time for prayers, you go for your prayers. Time for school, you go to school. Time for some lectures. You're interested in anything to do with your work, with your play. There should be a place for a whole family to come together. This is where we present to you the next big new building. Not as big as this fight, but we've got a lot more sleeker lines. If you ever go, any of you go onto the website and say Salam Center, you will see it's like a fish which is lying on its side. And it looks beautiful because it blends in. It's like a moon, maybe a crescent. This is, ladies and gentlemen, is the future of a community center, which is together with the mosque. So I'd like you all to have a quick look at the Salam Center and see what it's all about, because that is the future. Simon, I'm sure you're going to be around when we open the mosque in a few years' time. Thank you so much for your support in all this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We are coming nearly to the end now. Finally, I invite our respected chairman of Harrow Central Mosque, Nasser Bashir Saab, who will deliver a quick speech, and then we will present few gifts to Simon Owen.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon to all ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nasser Bashir, and it's my honor as a chairman of Harrow Central Mosque to host such a distinguished individuals today. I would like to thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule, and would like to especially thank Borrough Commander Simon Owen, who has demonstrated over a significant period of time dedication of the Borough of Harrow and the wider community through his work done with the mosque to tackle a wide range of issues combined with a strong sense of civic and family duty. Whenever there have been any issues which have occurred in relation with the mosque, Simon has always stood in solidarity with us and has always given us his full backing and support. With the Simon Owen as a Borrough Commander, we have been very privileged to have had such a kind-hearted individual and someone who has always kept the Muslim community safe and the Harrow safe as well. Ladies and gentlemen, with great pleasure, I would like to thank Simon for all the work he has done with the Harrow Central Mosque and present this, and we are going to present the award on the behalf of Harrow Central Mosque for his hard work and dedication to the Muslim community, to Borrough Commander Simon Owens. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman Sir. Now I'd like to invite Simon Owen here and the Chairman, so we can present just a few goodwill gestures so Simon can remember us. I'd like to invite our Head of Imam, Janab Hafiz Professor Akram Sahib, to come and present the flowers to Simon Owen. And Haji Chaudhry Sadiq Sahib, please.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, now I'd like to invite one of the most important person. I remember since 1988 I've been going to the old masjid and the new mosque. He has been a very long-standing General Secretary, ex-General Secretary, I think for over 15 years. He has worked so hard to build this masjid. I remember him standing front of the mic with a very innocent face, with a very humble and polite voice, asking for donation, asking for money to be raised. He has, I can speak about him, and we will be here for the whole evening. So I'd like to invite him and come and present this gift to Simon Owen, our respected Janab Ghulam Rabbani Sahib. Sachin Shah, welcome. So Simon, this is a gift. You will hopefully remember us. So these are 2 pens, Simon. It has your name written on from Harrow Central Mosque.
Really?
Yes, you can see them.
They are refillable. You can use them again and again.
Absolutely. Thank you very
What he
much.
said is CSP means Chief Superintendent of Police, so they couldn't write the whole word, so they have put CSP Simon Owen. So hopefully every time you use this pen, you remember.
I will think of it. That's great.
Thank you very much. Now, while you stay here, the final, we would like to present you an award. It's which our respected chairman Nasir Bashir Sahab, along with the other respected guests, will present here.
ना सब थोड़े से खरो जा करो जल्दी मत करो एक मिनट आसपास थोड़ा थोड़े
So those who can't see on the first gift was the pen which had Simon Owen's name written in Harrow Central Mosque, and this is the award which says logo of Harrow Central Mosque, and what it reads is Harrow Central Mosque present this award to Simon Owens for your outstanding and dedicated support to HCM and today's date. And now I'd like to invite Simon Owens to come and say a few words.
I think all the trustees for the Harrow Mosque, please come and join us with
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the current committee, the trustee of Harrow Central Mosque. Now I'd like to invite Simon to come and say a few words. If on time Gareth arrives, he wanted to say a few words, otherwise we'll continue with our lunch.
Assalamu alaikum. Madam Mayor, respected Imam, trustees, Mr. Chairman. I'm really lost for words, as colleagues in the room would know. But I stand in front of you absolutely humbled. The words that have been said about me are quite extraordinary and very unexpected. And when I stood here exactly 5 years ago, and Harrow Central Mosque was one of the first places I visited when I became Borrough Commander, little did I know, one, how long I would be here 5 years later, and little did I know the fantastic relationship I would build up with the communities here, and in particular Harrow Central Mosque. But this does not happen by accident. I can knock on the door as much as I like. If it isn't for yourselves welcoming me in, making me feel welcome, inviting me to different events, giving me the chance to talk at good times and bad times, we wouldn't have gone forward and developed the community cohesion that we have. Kazumfa Ali, I would mention in particular, as he said, he has been my conduit between yourselves and me. He is the man I phoned early in the morning and late at night on very hot Ramadan evenings as well, when we've discussed various things. And my overriding memory here will be when I have come to you at bad times for London, when we've had attacks in the erroneous name of your religion, when you've allowed me to come and stand in front of everybody and share a message of peace, share a message of reassurance, and heard back from yourselves your reinforcement of that. That has been the outstanding memory for me here. My 5 years have just flown by, and I'm not, contrary to popular opinion, I'm not retiring from the police just yet, although I now have 31 years service in policing London, but I'm not going just yet. I put this down to the fact I have 2 children at university who cost quite a lot of money. Maybe some of you have that in common as well, so I'm going to have to keep working for a while longer. But I will be relinquishing my police relationship with Harrow entirely, but I was very, again, moved and honoured and surprised when in November last year I was asked by Her Majesty the Queen to become her representative Deputy Lord Lieutenant here in Harrow. A great honour, which means I can continue the relationship, and I certainly will respond to any invitations that you send me to come and join you here in the mosque. I would like finally really to thank you for putting on this lunch. It's difficult to say goodbye, but it's also very important to say goodbye. And I know that often we go around saying hello, we don't always go around and say goodbye properly when we move on. And I've been very, very keen to do that. And this is a wonderful opportunity for me to say goodbye as I take off one hat, and hello as I put on a different hat as the representative Deputy Lord Lieutenant. I wish you nothing but well for the future of the mosque. I know it's once again in safe hands. Yes, there have been tricky times, but they were just the times that we stood together and made sure everything was okay. And any influence I will still have in Harrow, I will make sure the new Borough Commander, the new BCU Commander, Simon Rose, understands that as well. But he has a big job. He has to look after Barnet and Brent as well, as part of the reductions in the number of police officers and the number of senior officers. Because of the cuts to the police service, it's going to be quite a different relationship you will have with him. But give him your very best support. He will have a very, very difficult job. But I know him well, and I know he's up to the task and will do his very, very best for you. And finally, it's great to see so many familiar faces in the audience. It's not always good that a policeman recognises you, of course. It can be very good or it can be very bad. However, I can tell you that it's all very good for all the people that I see in front of me today. And thank you for sharing this very special occasion with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much once again, Simon. Now, another greatest respected, very old serving of the mosque, who has been trustee, the treasurer, and the volunteer for years and years, and he would like to present you a book, respected Azmat Ali Sahab.
Simon, this book written by Dr. Muhammad Elais. He has interviewed 1001 universally appreciated interfaith understanding of peace. And he has recorded all their comments, whatever they have said. I just spotted one, which is written by Chinese author Chai Lin. What it says is that the Prophet was the most cherished person of the whole creation, wherefore the Lord God said to Jesus, had it not been for Muhammad, I would not have created heaven, earth, man, woman, space. So there can be no doubt that this was a special life. Now, for you from the mosque.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your lunch, and thank you very much once again attending on behalf of Harrow Central Mosque. And apologies to all those guests who I couldn't name, but it's the entire Harrow Council, councillors, MPs, and all the other guests, the trustees. Thank you so much.